We'll have the prayer followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Father God, you know why we are here. You know the hearts of all men and women. Remind us today of the urgency of being prepared to serve our fellow human beings in time of need. Help us as helping agents always to be available to the collective as well as individual needs of others in times of emergency and when people are in stressful and hurting situations. Give us an understanding of the reasons why we exist and serve. We affirm today, O Lord, that a better community and a better Randolph County and a better America begins with us. Bless now this gathering. May God bless Randolph County and God bless America. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, we'll call the meeting to order for agenda business. First is Mark Scott's out. He's got down in his back. So Chris and I's got this one. All right, public comment. Is there anybody for public comment?
No.
All right, minutes from our last meeting on the 1st of July.
Okay. I'll move that we approve the minutes from the last regular Randolph County Commission meeting, which was held first day of July 2021 at 1:30. I move that we approve as submitted.
The motion on the floor is approve the minutes from the July 1st meeting of the Randolph County Commission as submitted. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Reports. Cindy, do you have anything? Aaron?
I have provided you quite a few reports. I finalized last year and also updated for this year. So the first page, if you look at the 2020, 2021 column, this is the final for last fiscal year. So, and I apologize, that top number, I did the current number, and I will accumulate, I usually accumulate the total number, and I hadn't had a chance to do that because I was trying to get these done before all the reports done. So the next time I will reflect that, the next time I come to get a report for the total number of participants for the fiscal year. But if you continue on down, the full participants that we had for last fiscal year, we had 44. It is lower than the year before. We had 56 the year before. But as you can see, as our conditional bond, we did increase from the year prior. We had 172 the year prior. Last year we did have 202. Services were up. The year before we had 27. Last year we had 47. From parole we had 10 more than the prior year, so we had 25. Our check-ins and drug screen did decrease, so the court system is utilizing our services more than just having us, after their sentence, their check-ins and drug screens. We've had 12 from probation. Of last year, we had 111 complete our program. We had 93 terminate from the program, but we had 15 of those individuals re-enter back in the program. I had 4 individuals attend rehab. We completed 3,920 community service hours. We completed 16,720 employment hours. I had 10 out of 20 individuals complete my domestic violence program. With just our people, we screened we did 2,296 drug screens, and of those, we had 495 positives, which gives us 1,801 negatives. With the community service hours, we saved the county $34,300. We collected $21,955. That is lower from the previous year, so I was kind of disappointed, but it's better than the years prior. With the regional jail bill, we saved the county $1,931,001.75. So with the total of the community service hours and the regional jail bill, we saved the county $1,965,301.75. I was hoping to hit the $2 million mark, but we'll try for this year. So the current numbers, and it's only been 15 days, so, we currently have 113 on the program. Starting from the fiscal year, 2 full program, 10, condition of bond. We've had 5 complete the program so far this month. 3 terminate from the program. We did 45 community service hours, 960 employment hours, 92 drug screens where 16 were positive, 76 were negative. We saved the county $393.75. We've collected $320 this month so far. And with the regional jail bill, we saved the county $7,961.25 for a total of $8,355. So of our 113 individuals currently, we have 19 full community corrections, 61 on bond, 15 services only, 8 from probation, and 10 from parole. And of our 19 individuals on the full program, 13 of them are employed, 4 on the run, which we're still looking for, 1 on disability and 1 in rehab, which gives our 19. The next paper is the final of our expenses and revenues. With our expenses with community corrections, we did spend $49,996.52. And like I always said, except for last year with being surprised that we brought in more than what we spent, we did not bring in enough. So it was $21,745, which gave the difference of $28,251.52. But we make up for that with the other categories. So federal probation, we spent $10,772.50. We brought in $22,890. With drug court, we spent $48,030. We brought in $47,527.50, but they are 2 months behind. So that would compensate the $502.50 in the hole, because I haven't received at least 2 months, so they're a little behind. DHR, we spent $137,358.62, but we brought in $317,855. I haven't seen if they've paid the juvenile scram, but they haven't used their scram bracelets since then. Parole, we spent $240, but we brought in $2,885.50. So total expenses minus our grant, we spent $246,529.39, but we brought in $412,903, which gives us a difference of $166,373.61 that we put in the bank. Now, the last paper is just the current numbers for the last 15 days. So we've spent $380 with community corrections, but we brought in $320. Federal probation, we've only spent $50, but I haven't received anything yet this month from them. Drug court, we spent $1,150, but I haven't received anything from them yet. DHR, we spent $2,209.22, but I have received $3,805, and I am about 3 months behind, so we'll be getting those done and submitting, and that money will be coming in. And parole, we just got a check for $417.90. So far this last 15 days, we've spent $3,789.22, but we've brought in $4,542.90, so a difference of $753.68. And I'll work on accumulating the total number of participants for last fiscal year, as well as I'll work on the drug screenings for our people as well as DHR people, and compare the positives and let you know the statistics. I'm pretty sure that the statistics are still gonna be that methamphetamine is still a problem and the #1 issue in our area. But I will get the numbers and hopefully have that for you next time.
I think the sheriff agrees with you, he's nodding his head.
On Randolph County Solid Waste Authority, I wanted to thank you for sending a couple helpers over for the electronic recycling. That
Yeah,
was
I
great.
went over early that morning to make sure they all showed, and they did.
Yeah.
I thought I had one missing, but he was down there talking to Clark, so
Okay.
they were all there, so, but you're welcome.
I said, tell community corrections, thank you.
I would.
All right.
Thank you. Sheriff, you have anything?
I just got a couple things, it's kind of hard to follow that act.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Bringing in all that money. My activity kind of costs you money in jail bill, kind of, but, I have a 6-month, report basically for January 1 until June 30th for activity for the sheriff's office. We ended up having, 3,431 active, incidents where we responded in one way or the other in 6 months. 2,609 calls, we took, which generated 257 cases, and 410 offenses. We also, here, let me give you this, I'll just give you guys the numbers, that way you can look at them.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, out of those, 410 offenses, there was 332 misdemeanors, 78 felonies. We made 122 arrests on 198 offenses. We investigated 142 crashes in 6 months. 85 were those where we done full reports, and 57 of those were change of information activity along the road with the people. We made 822 traffic stops.
Yeah, on that one, how many did you make?
My numbers are in here. I can't tell you exactly, but several.
So get a bit of that number.
I'll just say that. Citations, we issued 231 for 280 violations. That's up 154% since last year, since I took office. Warning tickets, we wrote 268 of those. That's up 168% from last year. Civil process, we took care of 92 different civil process things, and that can be a temporary protective order through the master court. We done 33 of those, 18 writs, and 41 other paperwork, like where the process server had issues and couldn't get somebody hid from him or whatever, and we went and served them. We done 42 transports in 6 months. 14 of those were mental hygiene, and that's up 35% from last year. And total activity with 3431, that's up 25% from last year in the first 6 months. So we've been real active. I wanted to thank you and tell you guys we are equipped with the tasers now, which is a nice tool for someone that's hyped up on the meth, and instead of putting hands on them, we stun them and cuff them, and it's more humane than having to wrestle and maybe somebody get hurt. So we appreciate that. I'm getting ready to send my number 14 deputy, who's not including this as activity. This was 13 deputies and myself for 6 months. I'm getting ready to send my 14th guy to the academy August 16th.
Is that Zach?
That's Zach Yeager. He will be there until November 5th. They're letting them go the first 5 weeks, and they're not allowed to come home. And then after 5 weeks, they're allowed to come home on the weekend and then report back on Sunday evening. So that's a break. They've been having to go 10 or 12 weeks straight. So that'll, generally the academy's 4 months. So it's with the COVID restrictions, and they're not allowed to ride together. There's 3 city officers and our guy. We're gonna kind of carpool, and we've been advised that they all have to take an individual vehicle, and they're highlighted it, not allowed to ride together. So my 15th deputy starts on the 19th, next Monday, and he's the guy we designated for the school system. So things are moving, and as you can see, we're active and busy, and I appreciate you guys' time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Marie, anything? Any correspondence? All right, announcements. Our next meeting will be 2 weeks from August the 5th. That'll be the 1st of August. And then items for discussion. We have an informational presentation from Old Brick Playhouse.
Hi everyone, good to see you. Thank you for giving us audience. My name is Missy McCollum. I'm the director of the Old Brick Playhouse and the new school, Old Brick Playhouse. And also I'm currently the coordinator for the President's Initiative on Community Learning from D&E. So I'm a busy lady, but the first thing I wanted to tell you is the Old Brick is not me, the Old Brick is us. And I haven't seen a lot of these people for 16 months because we've been closed, so it's really nice that we have so much community support. So I'm here today to ask for boost funding. As you know, every theater around the world, from the London West End to Broadway, has been closed. In fact, the Small Business Association calls it shuttered venues. Well, as of last month, theaters are allowed to open again. So we are super excited to jump back into the community. On March 13th of last year, we realized as a group that we were chronically peopled. Every program that we presented was not favorable for social distancing. For example, we had 98 kids in our apprentice show with usually 700 people attending that. We had 16,000 people on our Polar Express train, 72 employees, and we work at several elder care facilities, which of course closed. We go into public schools and do programs, and that was closed as well. So everything that we do involves group gatherings. So we decided this year that our focus would be bringing people together. I feel like society in general has been very divisive, and even though we disagree on politics and finance and so many things, I think we all care about our community and our county, and we want it to be stronger. And I think as an organization, Old Brick wants to present a role model for our students that you need to work together. So we are opening our programming completely on September 10th and 11th with a community event downtown. We're doing Mamma Mia, and it'll be free to anyone who wants to come see it. The cool thing is our youngest actor in Mamma Mia is 6 years old, and our oldest is a resident from ERCC. Some of those are gonna be involved, so 98. So we got a really large group of people, and I feel like we need an economic boost to open again, because really we've had no income. Now, we did have a small pop-up school, which was hugely successful. We did make after-school videos for World Vision, so we've kept our people working, all except for 3 months, and when we laid them off, you'll never guess what they did. They volunteered. So I feel like we have an important place in the community. We are spreading our arms even wider, trying to include different organizations. We've formed a formal bond with Davis and Elkins College, and I'm just here as a representative of a huge group of people in the community who believe that. So Thoreau said that art is the looking glass through which we see the world's beauty. And I can say that that's absolutely true. I've seen it transform people. I've seen someone who's nonverbal sing. And so I'm asking for county support so we can get a boost, so we can start our programs again.
Anything?
Now, when you say you was having your first event?
The 10th and 11th?
It's September 10th, 11th, and
September,
12th,
okay.
yeah. But right now we're having rehearsals for that, and we're back in the nursing homes, and we just did a program in Barber County, and the good news is the Christmas train will run. So that's exciting too.
So you're requesting 10,000, is that right?
Yes.
All right. We'll take it back, and then we'll have an answer for you at our August the 5th meeting.
Okay.
Is that okay?
Thank you so much. Appreciate your time.
Now, we've been really supportive of you, and we appreciate what you do, so.
Oh, good. We appreciate you too, so that's
We'll have an answer
awesome.
for you on the 5th.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, next is an informational presentation from Brad Martin of the Woodland Drive and Maple Street delegation.
I provided you with a letter and a quote there, but basically I'm going to paraphrase the information in that. So I'd like to thank the commission members for listening to us. Again, actually, we were here approximately a year ago. Actually, Commissioner Scott reached out to us first, me personally first, and so we know that you know that this is a problem area, this particular street corner. We are called the Woodland Drive Maple Street delegation because we have a couple various issues. I think I'm going to refocus that and say just the Maple Street, because that's really why we're here today. The street corner is in very, very bad shape. The outcome of last year's decision to do some repairs on that corner. Was rather short-lived. It was gravel and grading and several, bad storms and number of delivery trucks and whatnot. Within 1 to 2 months, it was back where it was almost, square one. Very deep potholes, 1 to 2 miles an hour. It's almost impassable unless you're very, very careful. And it is a throughway. It's not a private drive or even a one-way or a dead-end street. It is a street that is, it's not Randolph Avenue, but it does get a fair amount of cross traffic amongst the neighborhoods. So anyway, what we're here today is to petition the commission for some help with that. We don't have an HOA or anything formal in terms of a group, but we do have a fairly close-knit group of neighbors who are very interested in getting our neighborhood upgraded as far as the road. And so this particular corner is one we have actually reached out to a number of, several, but we have 2 that are competing paving contractors and have given us quotes on that, one of which I included. The reason I didn't include the other one is I don't have a broken down cost for the Maple Street corner and then a Woodland Drive pave. And the reason one, Woodland Drive would not be under the purview of the county, being let's say a more local road that's dead end, but the other one it's Department of Highways, although they're not going to do anything about it. I've asked them, and so we're really talking about Maple Street. So on the quote that I gave you on the second page there from Cooper Asphalt, the other quote was from Custom Paving, and I can later get a breakdown of what that would be. Although the final quote for both of those was in the very close same ballpark, so 11,000 something. And so I'd say they'd be pretty apples for apples as far as comparison once I got the breakdown. What we're looking at for the Maple Street pothole repair plus mobilization of equipment is 5,000, add the 1,000 for mobilization, 5,295, let's call it. This is last year's quote, so let's just round up just a bit to 5,300. And so that is what we're asking for. We're asking for help with that. We know that, again, you've shown in the past you're very sympathetic and aware of this problem, and it's one that does, affect traffic flow, affects property values, affects a lot of things that's important to us. And so, as county residents, we're not in the city. We're unfortunately 2 blocks outside of the city limits, and I personally would like to see that change, but that's another battle down the road, not for here. So that's pretty much where we are. We're asking for some help to put a dollar amount on it. Not exact, but about $2,650. We'd be asking for matching funds. I know that may be a better ask than asking for it all. So that's what we're hoping to do is matching funds on this particular part of the project. It'd be about $2,650. I do also understand that there are certain procedures that have to be followed with mixing of public and private funds like this, and we'd be willing to comply with whatever practices or disclosure of all financial records and quotes and job done certification and all that kind of stuff that you guys would need if you choose to help us. So that's pretty much all I have to say, unless there's questions.
Does anybody plow snow down there, the Department of Highways or?
No, we're pretty much an orphan neighborhood. I mean, we are technically part of the county and the state, for that matter, but no, if it gets done, it's done by local residents, always has been. It's just the way it is. We're in Elkins, postal area, and we actually are on Elkins water just because a very, very, very old line, but that's another issue. I won't burden you with that, but it comes down to, so we pay for the city for water, but we, Tigard Valley Sanitation and the Leesville sewer. So yeah, everything that's done there pretty much is done by us as far as the road surface goes. So,
Yeah, we'll do all that on stuff.
Okay.
All right, we'll have an answer for you again on the August.
We'll take that into
I thank you very much for
consideration.
listening to us.
Okay, you were asking for 2,650?
Yes.
All right. All right, next item on the agenda is to consider appointment to the Valley Head Public Library Board.
I'll just read Okay, I'll move that we approve the reappointment of Jill Fanning for another 5-year term, beginning July 2021 through June 30th, 2026, as a member of the trustees of the Valley Head Public Library.
Okay, motion on the floor is to approve the reappointment of Jill Fanning for another 5-year term beginning July 2021 through June 30th, 2026. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, next is to consider approval to hire Fred Hess, CPA, to prepare financial statements for the county.
Oh, okay.
So Fred Hess is the one that we hired last year to do the financial statements. This is his letter that he sent us. Same amount as last year, $5,500 is what he was paid last year to do it. We got along fine with him. The auditors didn't have a problem with it. Whenever they did the audit, they said he did fine.
Okay, good.
So this is just his letter that was signed to accept to hire him again.
And he got everything done on time.
Yes, he
Okay.
did.
Okay, I move that we approve the hire of Fred Hess, CPA, to prepare financial statements, for the Randolph County, just Randolph County Clerk.
Alright, so motion
And
on
what is the amount of $5,500?
$5,500.
Okay.
Alright, so motion on the floor is to approve the hiring of Fred Hess, CPA, to prepare financial statements for the county, and that amount will be $5,500 is what he's asking. So is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, consider hiring 3 part-time employees for the 911 center. Cindy?
How are you doing?
Don't want to wreck you. You have the papers, in front of you there. What we did, June, May and June, we ran ads in the Intermountain, for taking applications. And they also put it on their online part, and we did not get one application from that. So we ran it for 2 weeks, we didn't hear anything back. So Hillary actually went on Indeed. It's another app.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, we got over 100 applications.
Oh, wow.
And so that was really impressive compared to what we have been getting. And it's just time to move on with technology. So we have to use what they're using. So out of the 90 applicants, they looked through them. We had a hiring committee. It was Kayleen, Jim, and Hillary. And what they did is, they did background checks on them and, previous calls maybe that they had been on. What they come up with was 25 to interview over the 3-day period. And that was Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week. Out of the 25 we contacted, 9 did not show up for their scheduled interview. When they came in, we had them to sign a document that they would be drug tested. We had 2 refuse and left. And another one, we had them to fill out documentation that we could do a background check on them to make sure that there was nothing that would hinder their employment. And one refused that. So with that, that left us with 14 that we could actually pick from. And we picked 2 that will ultimately go into a full-time position if they work out. And then one, the gentleman is retired. He seems like a wonderful candidate, and he just wants part-time, which I'll take what I can get at this point. And he sounded like he was a really good guy. But okay, so that would be, the first ones will be Destiny Bland. I have her information here if you'd like to look through it. Her references checked out. Triple I was clean. She didn't have anything on her criminal history. So I'm asking that she be placed on a 90-day probationary period to see how things will work out and to obtain a current training requirements. Her pay would start $11.25 an hour. The current budget will cover the cost of this, and that her employment will start tomorrow. And Brenda, even though they may start tomorrow, they have other jobs that they'll have to, so it might be next week before some of them get to come.
But tomorrow will be the hiring date.
Correct.
Okay.
The next, I'll just do them all one time if you don't.
Yes, fine.
The next one is Emily Hostetler. Now, Destiny Bland was, on the Randolph-Pendleton County line.
Mhm.
Emily Hostetler is Montrose.
I think so.
I think that's what I saw in the paper. And the same thing, 90-day probation, $11.25 an hour, and for tomorrow. The next one is John Hanna. And this is the gentleman that wanted to be part-time, which is good, again, gonna be a huge help for us. Now, the last paper that you do have there, do you want me to wait until you, vote on these three?
Yeah, we'll do that then, we'll do this.
Okay.
All right, so you make a motion.
Okay. Get my glasses. Okay, I move that we can approve the part-time hire of Destiny Bland, Emily Hostetler, and John Hanna at, with no county benefits and 90-day probationary period. And the starting salary will be $11.25 per hour. And date of hire on all three is Friday, July 16th of 2021.
Okay, motion on the floor is to hire, to approve the hiring request from 911 for Destiny Bland, Emily Hostetler, and John Hanna. They're all will be part-time, 9-day probationary period, $11.25 an hour, and their employment date will be Friday, July the 16th, 2021. Is there any further discussion? All in favor? All right, so next one.
The last, page is, to remove Richard Hamrick and Michelle Rutter from the county approved, list for employees. Richie has never came for his training. And Michelle contacted me and said that she was, appreciated the offer, but she did not want the position back. I think she liked her Monday through Friday job. And can't blame her, but.
No. Okay, I move that we approve the removal of Richard Hammock and Michelle Rutter from the county approved list of 911 employees.
Okay, motion on the floor is to remove Richie Hamrick and Michelle Rutter from the county approved list of employees for 911. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Yeah, I seen that text over the weekend.
Yeah, I went ahead and said, yeah, it's disappointing, but, I mean, she's gotta do what's best for her.
And she had a lot going on here lately.
Okay.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
All right, yes, Cindy, thank you.
All right, next on the agenda is to consider appointment of Bush Zerbach Thompson to handle unsafe building legal questions.
That's-
Okay, the unsafe building committee has requested that we hire an outside attorney for some legal matters that as they've been coming up. And so Mark has met, and we're going to request that we approve the hiring of Zerbach, Bush, and Thompson to give counsel to the Randolph County Commission as it respects to the unsafe buildings and land ordinance. For this services, they will be charging us an hourly rate of $175 an hour and $75 for any paralegal services. So at this time, I'd like to have a motion.
Okay, I move that we approve the hire, this is a point, I guess the hire of Bush, Zerbal, and Thompson to handle unsafe buildings, legal questions, and at the hourly rate of $175 per hour and $75 an hour per paralegal.
Okay, motion on the floor is to approve the hiring of Bush, Zerbach, Thompson to handle any of our unsafe building legal questions as they arise through our unsafe buildings and land ordinance. The rate that they would charge the Randolph County Commission is $175 an hour for attorney services and $75 for paralegal services. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All right, consider funding request from Randolph Tucker Children's Advocacy Center. Is everybody here for that? Is everybody here for that?
Nobody.
They sent us a letter, that they have, received notice that their VOCA grant, the Victims of Crime Act, will be reduced over the next several years. I think it was a reduction of, right now they currently receive $120,000 from VOCA, so they're, over the next several years, it's gonna impact them, roughly a total of $24,000.
12,000 a
Yeah,
year.
no, they're asking, it's $120,000 effective, and so they're asking for 10% from that, loss for us to help them out with. And they're asking for a total of actually $24,000, or $12,000 this year, $12,000 next year. I think, we could take it from, to help them out, cause they do a lot of good work.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And to help them out, instead of doing 12,000 this year, 12,000 next year, let's just take 24,000.
Okay.
Cause we can take that out of our first, the first round of COVID
Yeah,
reimbursement.
current
that-
COVID money, yeah.
That we had, so if you wanted to make a motion for that.
Okay, I move that we approve the funding request from the Randolph Tucker Children's Advocacy Center in the amount of $12,000 each year.
We're gonna do one lump sum.
You know, instead of doing 12,000 this year and 12,000 next year, we do 24,000 in one lump sum, which we can take out of our current COVID reimbursement money.
Okay, motion on the floor is to approve the funding request from the Randolph Tucker County Children's Advocacy Center. And that, they asked for 12,000 each for 2 years, but we're gonna give them a $24,000 lump sum, and we can take that from our first round of COVID, reimbursement. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, next is to consider, the approval of the repair estimate from Casco Technical for the boiler, repair. This is at the main courthouse, there's a glass, thing that's starting to wear, right? And, so Casco has come in and to repair that before that thing breaks. It's the gauge glass is what it is. It's the glass is thinning on it and it needs repaired and replaced. So the total on this estimate is $1,158.91. So I'd like to make a motion, get a motion that we approve that repair on the boiler.
And that boiler has been there
a long time.
Yeah, old boiler, that's for sure.
Let's get that repaired before,
Yeah, before we got to buy a new one. Okay, I move that we approve the repair estimate from Casto Technical for the boiler repair at courthouse in the amount of $1,158.91.
Alright, motion on the floor is to approve the repair estimate for the gauge glass in the boiler, the main courthouse, from Casto Technical Services in the amount of $1,158.91. So is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Alright. Consider funding request from the Beverly Heritage Center.
Anybody here for that? No?
Alright.
I think is this one you've been talking with
Yes.
Arden?
Been talking with Arden Swecker, Beverly Heritage Center, CVB. There's been a change where they have to we have the hotel motel tax. And for them to get the first part of that hotel motel tax, they have to be accredited. They're not fully accredited yet. So they're gonna fall short roughly $20,000. And, we can't take that from the first part of the hotel motel tax because we're not accredited yet, but we can take it from the other 50%, which we can, disperse. So, I'd like to make have a motion that, we approve $20,000 from the other half of our hotel motel tax, to be given to the Beverly Heritage Center.
Okay, you know, on our hotel motel tax, we have to give half of it to Certified Visitors Bureau.
And right now, there's only one, which is the Elkins, CVB. And again, this tax is tax that is collected from people coming in, staying at the hotel motels,
Not
not
from
the
local residents.
and personal
No
property tax,
tax,
anything like
no.
that, yes.
Okay, I move that we approve the funding request from the Beverly Heritage Center in the amount of $20,000 will be taken out of the second half of the hotel motel tax.
Okay, motion on the floor is to approve the funding request from the Beverly Heritage Center in the amount of $20,000, and it will be taken from the second half, the other 50%.
Our 50%, I guess.
Yes, that we can disperse, and we're going, and that amount being $20,000. Is there any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, consider maintenance agreement for HVAC at the 911 center. There's not right now a current, agreement for maintenance contract for the HVAC system at the 911 center. So
Okay, we got everything but this.
Yeah.
Apparently, how
Yeah,
we
so-
did that.
We missed that, so, now we have a quote from Casso Technical Services that will, take care of the HVA system at the 911 center. And that agreement pricing was the customer agrees to pay Casso Technical Service a total annual service fee of $6,324 for services outlined in this agreement. So we'll agree if, the second year is $6,520, $6,722 for the third year. So they would take care of all the units at the 911 center, that right now there's no, agreement. We have no maintenance right now on those, so make a motion that we approve that.
Okay, I move that we, approve the maintenance agreement for HVAC at the 911 center in the amount of $6,324 a year.
Okay, first year. Alright, so the, motion on the floor is to approve the maintenance agreement for the HVA system, at the 911 center from Casto Technical Services, and the first year is $6,324, second is $6,520, and third is $6,722. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Alright, any other items for discussion? Nothing. Final settlements and annual candidates.
I do have a question. So you're doing that for 3 years?
The agreement is, it'll be the first year.
I guess that's just the
Yeah.
first year.
The first year is 6,000.
Then we'll have to do it next year again.
Yeah, we'll have to do the
Usually
second.
you only do 1 year.
Yeah, I thought
So
so,
the first
yeah.
year is 6,324 for the first year.
Okay, that's fine, I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, they have the second year pricing in there and third
Yeah,
year.
we'll have to do it next year.
Okay. Final settlements. We have 8 final settlements.
Okay, I move that we approve the 8 final settlements as submitted.
Motion on the floor is to approve the 8 final settlements as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Budget revisions.
No.
No budget?
I have it.
Brenda.
Sorry.
We're fine. The state budget revision, community development, assigned fund balance. What we do?
Well, what Kathy said was that money, we had told the auditor that we had that, was gonna be getting that much money for the coal sales.
Mhm.
But we actually got more than that, so now we have to move money from the bank account into that fund.
So we told them 250,000, but we got 101,000 more. So a total of 351.
Yes.
All right. So, okay,
So,
original was that, so we're increasing that line item, 101,000 to a total of 351,900.
but the increase is 101,000. Okay, I move that we approve, what's it, the state budget revision
Mhm.
in the amount of the increase of $101,961,
Okay,
which would take it from $250,000 to $351,961.
all right, so motion on the floor is to approve the, state budget revision, account number 002985, community development, increasing it $101,961 to a total revised amount of $351,961. State budget revision, so Commissioner C,
Aye.
Commissioner Keesling, aye. Motion passes.
Well, that's good, we got more than less.
Yeah. Okay, distress,
Division of
I'm sorry,
property.
division of properties, various assessments.
Okay, so there's one, division,
One motion to approve the one division.
Okay, I move we approve the one division of property as submitted.
Okay, motion on the floor is to approve the one, division of properties as submitted. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
okay, now this stack, these first ones are just normals,
Uh-huh.
and there's 19 of those.
Uh-huh.
And then these, she has a note on that these are just like clerical error ones, that there's no money coming out of the budget for it. There's 41 of those.
Okay. So the first one is 19 exonerations.
Okay, I move to approve the 19 erroneous assessments as submitted.
So motion on the floor is to approve the 19 erroneous assessments as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
And then there's 41 that
So-
we've had.
41 erroneous assessments are just clerical error,
Right.
Yes.
They're still erroneous assessments,
but
but
they're
it's just
just, but it
clerical.
wasn't money, it wasn't.
Yes.
That's what the note.
Encoding error.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I move that we approve the 41 erroneous assessments,
Due to encoding errors.
yeah, due to coding error.
All right, so the motion on the floor is to approve the 41 erroneous assessments that were done, because of an encoding error. Any further discussion? All in favor? Aye. All right. All right, distressed properties?
We have 8.
How many got? 8?
I don't think it's somebody.
Yeah.
All right,
Get some more money?
Oh, I hope so.
I move that we approve the 8 distressed properties.
sending out letters to these 8.
Yes, and not letters to the 8 distressed properties as submitted.
Okay, motion on the floor is to approve the, disbursement of the 8 letters for, distressed properties. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Fire fee adjustments.
We have 1 adjustment and 1 refund.
Okay, I move that we approve the 1 fire fee adjustment and the 1 refund as submitted.
Okay, motion on the floor is to approve the 2, fire fee adjustments as presented. Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Payment of the bills. All right, so I'm gonna sign all these.